Really appreciate both of you being here and your willingness to serve. I've known both of you for most of the time I've been at the United States Senate, and am a huge fan of both, and consider you both not only friends but people I deeply admire on a professional level and on a personal level. Senator Perdue, we'll start with you. It's going to be contrary to my instinct to call you anything other than by your first names, but I like to keep it formal in the hearings to show my great respect for those who are willing to serve. So we'll start with you, Senator Perdue. Let's talk about the Panama Canal for a second. Last month, C.K. Hutchinson, this Hong Kong-based company managing ports at both ends of the Panama Canal, announced its intent to sell its port facilities at both ends to a U.S.-led consortium. And that's where things got tricky. China has now pumped the brakes on that, stepping in and claiming that this would mess with antitrust concerns and implicate antitrust laws in China. Now, I don't profess to be an expert in Chinese antitrust law, but I can say with a fair degree of confidence that they're using a very different definition of antitrust law, of competition policy, than we would ever dream of in the United States. It appears to me that this is just an aggressive act on the part of the Chinese Communist Party. And I suppose it's understandable why they would want that, because after all, China views its canal operations, understandably, I suppose, to be a source of geopolitical leverage. This, of course, is a problem because this fairly directly implicates U.S. treaty arrangements made decades ago to make sure that that sort of thing didn't happen. So my question to you, Senator Perdue, is how will you frame the importance of the Panama Canal, the importance to the United States of the Panama Canal in your interactions in Beijing?
Thank you for that question. That's a very thoughtful question, and it's a deep one, because this is a perfect example of the difference between a democratically led international system like we have now in the world order. It was established in Bretton Woods in 1944, like I said, compared to an authoritarian influenced world order. That's what China's trying to build, where the government, in fact, the government over there has said that the world economy should be state controlled, and that would mean the death of free market capitalism. Well, the Panama Canal is a strategic issue for the United States. It was when we built it, when over 50,000 people died there building it, and one of our presidents gave it away. And there is some question about the legality of that, frankly. You're the legal expert. I'd love to engage you on that at some point. But what troubles me are the two ports there. Where were we when those two ports were purchased by C.K. Hutchinson to start with? C.K. Hutchinson is a Hong Kong firm. I know it very well. And they have investment interest from the CCP, from China, and they are directly in control. So what has happened, exactly what you said, the China government said, oh no, we don't like that, you're not going to make that transaction. Well, in our world, in a free market enterprise, they would of course have that opportunity. So this is a major priority for President Trump. He has said it in the campaign, he said it since he got elected, and this is one that, as I adopt to my new responsibility in China as ambassador, will echo how important that is for us.
Thank you. No, I appreciate your insight on that, and it shows that you've thought it through and is emblematic of your great capacity to convey things concisely, clearly, and also diplomatically at the same time. Speaking of which, Dr. Crowley, somebody who will be key to everything that the State Department does has within your portfolio something that will be enhanced by your presence there, and I'm so grateful for your willingness to serve there. Let's talk about the 2024 Olympics for a moment. If you watched the opening ceremonies of the 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, you may remember that, at least from the viewpoint of many people, including myself, it was nothing short. The opening games, opening ceremony there was nothing short of a blatantly pro-left-wing, anti-family presentation that happened to contain a number of deliberate insults to the Christian faith, and I suspect people of many other faiths. At the time it happened, I sent a letter to the second gentleman, who was himself set to lead the U.S. presidential delegation to the closing ceremonies, urging him to convey America's deep disappointment with their decision to use the opening ceremonies as an opportunity for mockery of faith. I never received a response. Instead, the Biden administration stood idly by, sending the delegation, staying silent as this global forum for diplomacy and mutual respect was tarnished, at least tarnished in the eyes of many Americans, myself included. As we prepare to host the Olympics again, how do you intend to make sure that the 2028 Games in Los Angeles will be a celebration of national excellence and merit that can serve as a forum for diplomacy, amity, and so forth, and not be co-opted as a platform for DEI, progressive activism, or anti-Christian rhetoric?
Well, thank you very much for the question and for your kind words, Senator, and your longstanding friendship as well. Grateful to you. At the President's direction, if confirmed, I will take on additional responsibilities and serve as an administration representative to major events with big international participation, like America's 250th birthday, like the FIFA World Cup, which is coming to the United States next year, and the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles. I look forward, if confirmed, to drawing on my vast broadcast and public affairs experience to speak to the American people as well as the global public about America's greatness and America's leadership. To your particular point, it's my understanding that the Olympic Games, whenever they occur, are overseen by the International Olympic Committee. And in Los Angeles, they'll also work in conjunction with the 2028 Los Angeles Olympic Committee as well. And Senator, I pledge to you, if confirmed, I will be deeply involved in ensuring that the Olympic Games go off without a hitch, that the Olympic Committee in the United States is on message to the extent that we can have some influence there. And I look forward to showcasing the American spirit as well as the United States as a premier destination for international sporting events.
Excellent. Thank you. I see my time's expired.